Okay, so we live in a society that often glorifies the hustle. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us to work harder, do more, and never stop. And while ambition and hard work are great, this relentless pursuit often comes with a hidden cost, which is the conditioning that makes us feel guilty for resting. We start to believe that rest is a reward, something you only get after you've pushed yourself to the brink. But what if I told you that this mindset is not only detrimental to your well being, but also completely false? Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to say thank you for joining me. My name is Amber, aka Jenny Jaguar, and I'm the owner of the Stew Project, where I help busy professionals maximize their living potential by simply taking an emphasis on wellness. So today we are going to deep dive into breaking free from this hustle conditioning and also understand why rest is a fundamental human need. Plus, I'll offer you tips on how to reclaim your right to recharge without guilt. So, let's dive in. All right, so first, let's start by dissecting this widespread myth that rest is something you earn. All right, so think about it. Where did this idea come from? Well, for many of us, it's ingrained in us from an early age. Hearing things such as finish your chores, then you can play outside, or study hard for your exams, then you can relax. And while there's value in completing tasks, this conditioning often extends to every aspect of our adult lives. For instance, we feel guilty taking a break during the workday, even when our brains are fried. Or we push through exhaustion on weekends, feeling like we haven't done enough to justify a lazy Sunday. Or we may feel resentful to our loved ones or coworkers when we find that we're not as resting as much as they are. Now, this isn't just about productivity, it's about our inherent worth. We subtly start to believe that if we're not constantly producing, we're not valuable, which is probably why some people have a hard time shifting from a 9 to 5 to an entrepreneur. But here's the truth: your worth is not tied to your productivity. You're a human being, not a human doing. And so rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And so, just like you wouldn't tell a car it needs to earn gasoline to run, your body and mind need rest to function optimally. So, stop feeling guilty. Now, I know this is harder to do than it seems. So let's talk about the undeniable benefits of rest, because when you deny yourself adequate rest, you're not just tired, you're actively hindering your own performance, creativity, and even your health. So first off, there's improved cognitive function, because rest allows your brain to consolidate memories, process information, and clear out mental clutter. This leads to better focus, problem-solving skills, and overall mental clarity. Next, there's enhanced creativity. You ever notice how breakthroughs often happen when you step away from a problem? This is because rest gives your subconscious mind space to wander and make unexpected connections, fueling innovation. And then there's better physical health, because chronic sleep deprivation and lack of rest can weaken your immune system, increase stress hormones, and contribute to various health issues like diabetes and heart disease. So rest is crucial for cellular repair and physical recovery. And next, there's emotional regulation, because when you're well rested, you're better equipped to handle stress, manage your emotions, and maintain a positive outlook. And exhaustion often leads to irritability and emotional reactivity. And finally, there's increased productivity. Ironically enough, pushing through burnout leads to diminishing returns. So strategic rest breaks, naps, and adequate sleep can make you more productive in the long run, not less. So, when you choose rest, you're not being lazy or unproductive. You're actually making a proactive choice to invest in your overall well-being, which ultimately benefits every area of your life. Okay, so now that we understand why rest is so important, how do we actually break free from years of conditioning that tell us otherwise? Well, lucky for you, here are 7 actionable steps you can start taking today. Number 1 is to reframe your definition of rest. So stop seeing rest as an absence of work and start seeing it as an active form of self-care and rejuvenation. Now, it's not something you earn, it's something you do to maintain your well-being. For me, I often say that this is where I do the rest and I let God do the heavy lifting. Number 2, schedule rest like an appointment. Just as you schedule meetings or deadlines, schedule dedicated time for rest too. Put it in your calendar, whether it's a 15-minute coffee break, an hour for a hobby, or a full day off. Treat rest as a non-negotiable. Now, number 3, practice mindful breaks. When you take a break, I mean truly take a break. Step away from your screens, go for a short walk, listen to music, or simply sit in silence. Engage your senses and be present in the moment. Number 4, identify your rest needs. What truly recharges you? For some, it's a quiet evening with a book. For others, it's active movement or social interaction. Be sure to experiment and discover what kind of rest truly nourishes your soul. And number 5, challenge guilt-inducing thoughts. Because when that familiar feeling of guilt creeps in for resting, challenge it. Ask yourself, why do I feel guilty? What evidence do I have that I don't deserve this rest? Reaffirm that rest is your right, and sometimes you may find that it's a projection of others. Number 6, set boundaries. Learn to say no to commitments that overextend you. Protect your time, energies, and communicate your boundaries clearly to others. Lastly, number 7, celebrate small acts of rest. Acknowledge and appreciate every moment you choose to rest, no matter how small. This reinforces the positive habit to help rewire your brain. Now remember, this isn't about making excuses to be lazy or unproductive. It's about finding a sustainable pace that honors your human needs while allowing you to show up as your best self, both personally and professionally in all aspects of your life. So, let this be your permission slip. You don't need to earn rest. You deserve it simply because you are a living, breathing human being. And so by breaking free from hustle conditioning, you are not just improving your own life, you're setting an example for others and contributing to a healthier, more balanced society. So take that break, go for that walk, read that book, prioritize your well-being, and watch how much more vibrant, creative, and joyful your life becomes. Now, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content on well-being and productivity, and let me know in the comments, what's one way you're going to reclaim your rest this week? Now, if you want more information on how to live more in the present moment and live a healthier, happier life, I will include a link in the description box for my Happiness Reset Blueprint series, which was a previous series that I did before this one. So if you're new, then look in the links in the description box, where you can also find more resources and services on how I can help you break free from hustle culture. I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you later.